So what's the question given in here? We have to return the what is the longest substring with the k unix here. What it means? First of all, what is the input given to me? So you are given a string s which contains lowercase alphabets and there's extra k here. And what is my task? I have to find the length of the longest substring that contains only k type of distinct characters there. Okay, so first of all, let's say we have to start with this string. There's this string given there in case 3. So like if we have to starting with this substring there, so this goes while this go well, this goes well up to this substring. There's a unique characters is only 3, but if I have to expand this substring, like if goes to this a e, so there's a b c and e, there's a 4 unique character, so that why this is not valid. So we have to calculate only this substring there. Same okay, so we can update its length as 6. So what it means, like till now we have only length 6. So let's hope maybe in future, or maybe in like afterwards, we can find a substring of length more than 6. Okay, so let's start from here. So like it again goes to here. If it tries to e, so there's a unique characters become a b c and e, so again it become invalid. It's okay. Now if we start from here, so b a c b, now it fails. Okay, now if it start from the a c b and e, again it fails. So now if it starts from c, so c b e and b e b e, so now it contains only 3 characters there. I'm talking about this substring here, and this is of length 7, so that's why this is our the maximum, or we can say longest substring there, which contains only 3 unique characters. Okay, similarly if I have to find the substring in this string there, so what's the fault here? There's a no substring possible in the whole string which can contain 2 unique string, because the in the whole string there's a only unique characters is only single one. So there's a no substring possible with the 2 distinct characters there. So in the case we have to return -1, and now uh, we have to given this string, so we have to find substring with 2 unique characters. So if I take this whole string as my substring there, because the whole string can also be as a substring can also become as a substring. So if I take as whole, this is still valid, and this gives me the maximum length, which is a 7. So this is my required substring there. Now this is a constant given for the size, and this is a k. Now talking about the solution, so first we would go for the brute force, but so what comes to my mind for the brute, that we have to generate all of the substring set and check which contains the k unique k unique characters here. We can update their length and accordingly return the whatever the highest size we got, and return that length. But there's a issue there. During the generating of the substring, it takes of n square, and on the checking it become the verse of 1 square, but there's a constraint that of n square give this daily, so we don't have to apply the brute force here. So that's why we should go for the most optimized way. So like we see in this substring or this subarrays case, these are like what is the common thing between substring or subarrays? They are simply window. Basically there is a continuous window. So like this gives me hint to use a sliding window thing, like sliding window like thing there. So how we do this? Like we can have a window here, and we have to return the length of the what was the longest valid window. So what's the definition of valid? It is given in the question. What is the valid window? Means the window with which contains only k unique characters here. So like I repeat, the window which contains only k unique character here. So in case we expanding our window till up to it, like it will remain the valid, we can still expand it. In case it become invalid, so now we have to shrink it. And how we shrink it? We simply move our L pointer. Basically L is our starting of the window and R is our ending of the window. Okay, so like for storing the number of occurrences of character, I use a map here. and there's L and R for the window starting and ending. This is initialization of maxi. Why it is -1? Because to handle the cases of these type of strings, whenever there's a no string substring finder, it is given in the question that you have to return -1. That's why I take -1 as a my I initial maxi is a -1. So like simply a traditional template of my sliding window where while r less than n. Okay, so I at each time I update my map. So I insert the occurrence of s of r in my map here, and I check like after inserting if my map size become k. Okay, okay, I'm like I'm repeating again. I am talking about the like if my map size become greater than k, so I have to shrink it. I have to shrink it till its size become less than k or maybe k. Okay, so like if it become greater than k, so we have to shrink it. So before shrinking, first of all, like delete, or we can say remove the occurrence also of s of l, and if it becomes 0, we simply erase this from my map. That's so that our map size become decreasing. If I don't have to, if I forget to decrease it, so our map size remain the same. So it gives me false, like it give me the false solution. And after operation we simply l plus plus. So this is for the shrinking of the window, to decreasing of the size of our map. And if in case if map size become k, we simply update our maxi with r minus l plus 1, and during each operation we simply r plus plus, and this loop goes until r become r is not exceeding over the size of array, and finally we return our maxi. So simply this is our code. And what's the time complexity here? This r is goes from 0 to n, so simply O of n. And similarly, what is the space complexity here? So I'm using an extra data structure or extra space as a map, so that's why of n. So this is my code here. Thank you.